On this episode, we're going to talk about cradles, all right, cradle to the basket, protection to the basket. Very, very important. A lot of players, when they go to the basket, their specific move, when they're making a move on somebody and they're finished, the ball is usually here or this area. Some coaches teach tuck under. Some coaches teach hold the ball here, all right? Differences that you can work on to go to the basket. I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm just saying it's really, really hard if you're going to the basket and you're putting a lot of pressure on the ball to finish. Your elbows are out, right? If you're trying to go in between two people, it's hard to finish this way. All right, some guys, what they do is they take the ball to the basket and they hold forward, all right? Or they're here, swing and back, or swing back this area. Not saying that's wrong either. Only problem is you're going to get some defenders. If you leave the ball out here, this ball is prone to be slapped down or slapped up, all right, because there's no protection on the top of the ball or on the bottom when you're holding the ball here. Or this has all happened to us sometimes, where we take the ball to the basket and we swing through and the ball gets slapped from this area, all right, or we swing through on this side, the ball gets slapped on this area. Okay, so we want to do what we call a cradle move. All right, a cradle move is a certain way you hold the ball when you go into the basket, especially when you go into the basket in traffic or there's defenders by you. All right, cradle is here. Either right hand over the top, left hand over the bottom, and you want to hold the ball close to your body. You guys see this? My right hand's over the top, left hand's over the bottom. This is a hold that I can use to go to the basket, all right? Good for protection, because if you're holding the ball here, there's not a specific way a defender can take the ball from you. Here, a defender can take the ball from the top or the bottom. If he has strong enough hands, they slap down. Here, they have no way to take the ball, all right? So you can go, depending on how you're finishing. If you finish to the right, and this is a technique you have to work on at home, very, very important. If you're finishing to the right, or you're finishing with the right hand, your cradle right hand is on the top, all right? And you finish from this area, okay? If you're finishing with the left hand, you can cradle from the top with the left hand and push through, all right? There might be situations where you start off with the left hand on the bottom, all right? You might have to finish with the left hand. So your cradle will be here, here, and up, all right? Here, cradle, and up, and through, all right? Start off with the right hand on the bottom. Right hand on the bottom here, step, and 1, 2, and cradle up. Step, 1, 2, cradle up. Or cradle, lay up from this area. Left hand, cradle, left hand on the bottom, cradle, left hand scoop. All right, cradle, left hand, ball on the top, hand on the bottom. A couple different situations you can use on this. You want to practice this maybe just to get familiar with it, just going to the basket without any dribbles. So you might want to hold the ball and just feel the ball and feel where your hands are supposed to be on the ball at different times. You want to keep the ball close to your body. All right, if the ball is close to your body and you're cradling here, there's no way anybody can get their hands on the ball. They can't steal the ball from this area or from this area. All right, so maybe going to the basket, it looks something like this. Maybe make a move behind the back, step, 1, 2, cradle up. All right, try it again. Go across, step, 1, 2, cradle. Or with the left hand on top. Here, left hand cradle, 1, 2, and up. You want to hover and hold the ball, all right, until you let the ball go. The most difficult part of learning this cradle move is to the release point of your hands after you cradle. If you don't practice this, this can be kind of difficult. Releasing from here, okay? Releasing from here. So you guys have to get used to your release points. That's why it's very, very important to repeat these drills and get to the point where your hands and your muscles in this area get used to where the ball is at and where your hands are at and where you're supposed to finish, all right? A good way to practice this would be in practice with your friends, or some of you that play 21, or you guys are playing one-on-one. Practice these drills against defensive players when they're fouling you, okay? When they're not fouling you, it's easy. But if they're fouling you, it's going to be pretty hard to take the contact or take somebody trying to take the ball away from you and then finishing the ball. All right, a lot of NBA, a lot of college players use these drills, cradle drills. Okay, cradle drills also when you're using them, they don't have your elbows sticking out, so your elbows are straight. It makes you slimmer when you go into the basket. All right, through, slam. Okay, there might be a defender here, might be a defender here. Hands are coming out. All right, if you're coming through straight in this area, it's going to be real easy for somebody to slap up and down at the ball. It might be a foul, might not be a foul, but because you're slapping up and down, it looks like real easy to steal. All right, doesn't look so easy to steal here if you're cradling the ball and you're finishing through. So you guys need to work on those at home. Cradle right, cradle left. A lot of football players use this technique. If you notice, running backs use these techniques where they cradle, because in the NFL, you get a lot of steals and rips from people holding the ball here. So the cradle's here. Keep the ball close to your body and tuck. All right, very, very hard for defenders to take the ball if you're cradling in this area. Cradle left hand top, cradle right hand on top. All right, so make sure you guys work on those when you get home and repeat them as much as possible. And repeat them in real game situations so you get used to them, so when you actually have to do it in a real game, it'll work for you. So let's do a couple scenarios of our drills going to the basket. So here's the way that most of us go to the basket when we finish, and not a good way to go to the basket because it's steal, or you can steal the ball, or it's turnover prone. All right, so our move will be here. Come at the basket, say I want to go at the basket here. I finish, come through, hold, and through.